weird is funky. I was just thinking a little bit about money and how it flows in strange ways sometimes counterintuitive ways. And I have a feeling that even with copious amounts of books, seminars, workshops on how to make money, how to save money, how to create it, how not to lose it, what money is exactly. Even with all of that, I think people are still kind of confused. I think it's still very mysterious as to how it moves. And you can have people like, you can have your standard garden variety gurus that are perfectly content with living at an ashram and being supported by their followers. And then you have some like Osho, who attracted, without necessarily intentionally saying, I wish to have all this, he attracted, via his followers, 300 Rolls Royces, or at least that was the goal, was to get to that many Rolls Royces that were all called his. Now imagine if somebody looked at Osho and they said, that's a great way of making money. I'm gonna try and imitate him and see if I can get to where I get followers that have enough money and enough followers that have enough money that want to give me Rolls Royces. How would that work out? If a random person who knew nothing about meditation, knew nothing about enlightenment, what it is and isn't, and all the paradoxes involved with it, and just said, I'm going to try this. I'm going to try and emulate Osho, and with the end goal of making Rolls Royces or acquiring Rolls Royces. And I think the likely answer is it wouldn't work. Wouldn't work at all. Why? Why wouldn't that work? Or if you think it would work, why do you think it would work? And I would also like everyone to take this opportunity to examine your own money-making habits from the beginning, when you're 15 or 16 and you're working at a McDonald's or a car wash or grandpa's farm, or mowing your own parents' lawn and getting $5 for it. How much of that money-making ability was something that you sat down, planned out, reduced outliers, and got yourself a nice, concise set of possibilities, one or two of which turned into actual money-making opportunities? How many of you did it that way? Or how many of you had the case where everything that you've ever done to make money simply bloomed out of your life experience? Opportunity came up, you had the opportunity to say yes or no, and you said yes or you said no. I have a feeling if you actually examine ways that you make money, you will probably find that money is just as organic as is life itself. And if you're inside of a sim, that's also as organic as life itself. They're reflections of each other. They may be sort of polar opposites in some way if you're in a sim, because all of your base subatomic units are quarks, or rather their code, but we still don't know what exactly the subatomic units of matter is anyway. And quite possibly, if the only description of matter is something that arises inside of a simulation, then matter is simulation, or matter is simulated stuff. So it's very interesting to get into the idea of money and what it means exactly. And it's easy to dismiss it, to make it into a scapegoat, to explain away your problematic life. That's very simple to do with money. It's more difficult to look at money as another piece of the creation, which is all the same in essence. Hierarchy was invented as a way of playing a game. Of course, the people on that totem pole don't think of it as a game, but you could say it's a way of establishing order, whichever. Order, game, same shit. If a game has rules, then it's establishing order by making rules. All the words become interchangeable depending on your point of view. Money is just mind. It's mind. It's ego. Money is the way that you dress up your avatar. And you don't get to do that unless you have money. Unless you steal something. Or you can go pick flowers from a field that hasn't been claimed yet and say this is natural and therefore the earth provides it for me and it doesn't have a copyright or a patent on it, so therefore it's free use. Of course, the things that aren't copywritten or patented are diminishing quite rapidly. And I'm sure in some universes, and possibly potentially this one in the near future, you're going to have companies writing their logos and their patents on the subatomic level, and it probably already exists. Very likely already exists. So the conceptual ego mind will go as deep into creation as it possibly can, and it will try to grab everything. And then it will end up grabbing nothing because there isn't anything to grab. And then that's another way of, a business person becoming enlightened. Because he sees at the very end of this mad matter grabbing fiasco that he's been a part of, down to the subatomic level, and then he takes some shrooms or gets really high and tries to grab anything, and he can't, and there's nothing to grab the nothing with. So he just starts laughing. Anywho, food for thought. A thought is a think, as Alan Watts says.